that is not how modding emotes works. All right, Once Upon a Cat. We played a close variation of this once before. This is basically the red-black Aristocrats deck that we've worked on a good bit of, with 10 green mana sources and 4 copies of Once Upon a Time. And the idea is this deck basically just wants to find its key creatures more often. And Once Upon a Time lets us do that. It also makes our mana more consistent to splash a third color, because it helps us find our green and our red and our black sources more consistently. Last time out of the sideboard, we played some green cards, and the green cards didn't really feel necessary. So this time we're just red and black, and the only green card we're playing is Once Upon a Time. So let's jump into some matches here and see if this still feels good. Jund Casserole, something like that. I agree the modifying emote is somewhat underwhelming. I feel like I'm going to do a shillings what I do with all in-game currency, stockpile them all, because I'm paralyzed from overwhelming decision. I expect most subs will probably save up shillings to bump decks at some point. That is my expectation. I'm going to use my 250 points to say I love this stream, and the drop things is pretty nice. Peace for timeouts for y'all. Thank you, Dead Confidant. Easy mulligan here on the Hearthstone hand. Isn't Magic an incredibly interesting and low variance game? Incredibly interesting and low variance game. Yeah, so one of the things that they did really well with the shillings, Hippity, is they allow me to limit how many times per stream, someone can redeem a specific reward. So I've set the deck bumpings to be restricted to the point that they won't cause a huge influx in case everybody saves up for the exact same time. So we'll see. Shilling rewards are subject to change after a month or two once we see how much inflation they cause. You just have to burn the worthless cards to cast the better ones. Yeah, something like that. Hey, that was the best draw in our deck, right? That was the best draw in my deck. Unmulligans me really quick. Got a really strong curve here now. So, the biggest thing surrounding cases like Todd Stevens and like other people who do awful things to other human beings that you need to understand is that a lot of the details of the things that they did are not made super public, because if you look at what happens to victims who go public, they are treated like garbage by a significant portion of people. They stand to gain very little. You should believe victims. The system is incredibly stacked against victims, and the number of cases where people end up creating falsehoods are so statistically insignificant that it's not real. If you educate and inform yourself about the conviction rates of these things too, these are crimes that have incredibly low conviction rates because of how you can actually collect evidence that they actually happened. Please destroy. I mean, we mulligan to 5 here and we're kind of dumpstering this opponent, right? Hey, Civil Engineering. Good morning to you too. Thanks for keeping me around. We're gonna crack this fetch and response to deal damage to them, and then if they don't have a ramp spell here or a grazer, we should kill them, because we can make 2 tokens with this and 2 tokens with this. So if they only make a zombie here, they're dead. That's 2 zombies. Tilt. Tilt. That. Huh? I mean, it doesn't. Neither of these kill them next turn. They have a Fabled Passage. This draws me cards though, so that's probably the take.
We can do this together.
It could be right to shock this in and flashback Once Upon a Time too there. I could see that being the answer. I could take Crusher, play second Chandra, put them to 1, and then have Crusher lethal next turn. That's a thought. Yeah, maybe that's the line. I could see that. How do I bump a deck with rewards on mobile? It's a lot of shillings. A lot is the answer. Wonder if they're gonna sweep here. If they don't have a Hydrate Crisis, they probably want to sweep. Alright, if they can't make 2 zombies, we can kill them. Yeah, maybe I should have... Yeah, I think the Bonecrusher line probably would have been better. Wow, that's brutal. Alright, Bonecrusher line would have also gotten destroyed. No, we tried. We did start on 5 cards this game. We had a good start, but we started on 5 cards. Yeah, feels dead, man. Their lands did too much. Bonecrusher out. Drill bits in. I think is my swap. Yep, a lot of free money is still free money. Yeah, I can't give too many points too quickly to things for the shillings because that devalues the amount of real money people put into the queue, but I wanted to give something. No, you can bump any deck. You are allowed to bump anything. As a heads up though, I'm gonna be going down to just 3 Moto decks per week next week though. Because Moto's been wearing on me a little bit. The medium modern deck peoples like to submit to get played. Have been having a rough go lately. Yes, the shillings are not actual dollars for me. They are just an incentive for people to show up and be engaged. Yikes. Those, This is a type of hand you can get even with just the 2-color Aristocrats deck. We're still playing 3. What's the saving concept? I'll just spend it every time I get to 250 and pretend like I have expendable income. God bless. I think I have to go to 5 again here. This hand's actually very good, right? I think it's correct to go to 5 there. Thanks, Red Link. Grab an extra red in case we draw Chandra. Stormfist Crusader is graded on mulliganing us. Well, so the initial amount that you have, the Twitch gives an estimate that subs will earn about 440 points per hour or so. And you get a, yeah, subs earn 2x shillings. You accrue twice as quickly. Three Fabled Passages in hand is 0.4%. I'd believe that. I'd believe that. I'd assume the name of... No, I got to name the channel currency. I picked shillings intentionally. I'm going to use shillings to highlight my dad jokes and weight has been lifted. God bless. We got you, nameless inversion. Yeah, for subs who are seeing non-subs post in chat, the channel currency will allow non-subs to post about 1 message per hour. And that rate is also subject to change, but so far 1 per hour seems about right. Maybe I should have just played this there. That's kind of unfortunate that we drew a 4th land. That's not a 2nd black source. Feels dead here. I need to draw like Chandra this turn. Exactly, Blur. Exactly. Morning Hoof. All right, yeah, I guess this kind of works. We do this. We claim this. I guess this actually works out pretty well, huh? We do this. I get to cast Rankle now because I make double black. I'm gonna have us both draw because it hurts them. And my hand's really bad. I'll take the under. I predict 1 per hour getting cut to 0 per hour by November 1st. Who's taking the over and who's taking the under? I want some number. I think we can deal with some people being turds to like give non-subs. There are plenty of reasonable non-subs out there, I am sure. Chandra or claim, please. Chandra or claim, please. They're dead to claim. Dead to Chandra. Witch's Oven, eh? I just passing? I think I'm just passing. That's true. There's also some number of unreasonable subs. You're not wrong. $100,000 for deck submissions. I am not currently allowing submissions via the points. I'm allowing bumping only to start, and maybe we will expand to adding. Uncertain. Hey, good to have you here, Silent Thought. You got that Prime icon next to your name. That lets you interact too if you want. All you want. I think I'm gonna go block, and then activate my Priest here. If we hit a Chandra next turn, we can probably still win. Drill bit feels pretty bad. Maybe I'm not supposed to board this in here. If this was a Bonecrusher Giant, we'd be better off, right? Maybe Rabner, I need to, it's basically just kind of dangerous. This was a really good draw for them. Man, if this had just been a creature. Yeah, it's for sweepers to a degree. It just feels bad in positions like this where you're like, want anything else. Am I dying next turn? I don't think I'm dying next turn. They're dead? How are they dead? They have a grazer, chat. I think I need Rankle back to block. They have 5, 15. Now we're dead. We're dead no matter how we slice it, right? I think. So I block this here, and then I'm taking 15. I have to double block. The Stream Decker issue is an issue on Twitch's side. The Stream Decker developer and myself cannot do anything about it. They said they're supposed to be working on it. Yeah, I think we're just dead. No, we don't have any draws from here to get out of it. If you type !deck in chat or click directly through to my Stream Decker page, you will you'll get a link to the deck list. Links still work there. The component overlay widget does not work though. It's currently showing blank. Wasn't Claim on Grazer lethal? If they have nothing else, maybe. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right. You're right. If they have nothing, Claim on Grazer could have been lethal there. This hand's good. And a bottom witch's oven here, I think. No, Tom's right. If my opponent has nothing else there, like they don't have another Crisis or Grazer, I could have gone block, sack the priest to the oven, gain 3, go to 2, and then if I draw a Claim or a Chandra, we could have killed them. Feel horrible about bottoming Witch's Oven. JK, LOL. AG Mansla, thanks for the 19 months. I'm excited to check out Magic's new Eternal format soon. Historic sounds great. Devil of Society, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me around. Another claim's really good here. Can you see how many shillings each viewer has in real time? I don't believe so. The shillings were not here yesterday. We just got added to their beta. I'm gonna hoard my shillings. I've always wondered what it's like to be a whale. God bless. This matchup seems pretty good for us. Even with a card like this in our main deck. That's kind of medium. You do not stop gaining shillings when you're timed out. Don't spread FUD. Do you only get shillings if you're active in the window? I believe you get shillings for passive viewership as well. If I understand correctly. This game is pretty over. Just hit gold with Grixis Walkers, no fire. Got lucky and played against the Jeskai list 3 matches in a row. Turns out main decking. Yep, you're not wrong, Hive Mind. I do love opening the little bonus boxes. Woo, Marshall. Like tiny dopamine factory. Oh, do you stop earning when you're timed out? That would be... I bet you can't... I don't wonder if you don't get passive ones. That's a good question. We are in our second match, PS. When are we getting loot boxes? Foggy, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, that's because I had Matt bump the question again. Did you like that after 2 to 3 days they gave me a non-answer too? I am planning to be online for approximately 2 more hours. Yeah, maybe a little more. I plan to do one this deck and one more. Perfect. Don't start any fires without me. I asked the Magic Esports account if they ban something on Monday, will it impact the Arena MCQ next weekend? And their response was wait and see. Effectively. Redcap Melee is great. Lava Coil is great. Stormfist Crusader is not great against other aggro decks. Pretty clean in and out here. Just like those 4 in, these 4 out. I don't think I want either of these 2. Yeah, maybe I do want Murderous Rider. 2/3s with Lifelink are great. We are in a constructed event. Ideally, I'm not going to play on the ladder until next season. Yeah, basically, base 2. I think this is my favorite build of Aristocrats at the moment. It's basically red-black splashing Once Upon a Time. Because it makes hands like this keepable. You're just like, oh, I have to mulligan, but like, here's a second land. So the hand's fine. You cannot reduce the default timeout length. From my understanding, that's a Twitch thing. It's a lot more effort to give a not standard timeout length. Bless you for adding a free-to-play option. We got you, Rudy. That is basically what shillings are. They're free-to-play, a free-to-play chat option. I think I'm just going to play a 2-3 with lifelink here. I think if this eats a removal spell, I'm fine with that. Means the priest is more likely to live. Henceforth, whenever I highlight a message, imagine there's a little whiny pay attention to me in the background. Will do. Garrick, Predator of Scrubs, you may now go forth and prey on the scrubs in this channel. Oh, for all of you here right now, I want to share with you a really lovely interaction I experienced the other day. When we were playing Mythgard yesterday on stream, a sub came into chat and they complained very loudly that I should have been playing Magic instead of playing Mythgard after we had played Magic for 7 hours. And I then timed that person out for complaining needlessly. That person then sent a message letting me know that they were unsubbing because one of my moderators had abused the power on them. It just made me chuckle that they thought they got timed out by a moderator, because I was definitely the one that fragged them. Sin, thanks for the 5 months, I appreciate it. Jeff, this is better than every wizard's idea yet. Thanks. Please tell me you banned them. Yeah, you better believe I banned them. Emote sleuts. All right, do I activate priest here? I think I just activate priest, right? Yeah, I'm gonna pass. That's the stream version of I want to speak to the manager. I am the manager. Basically. No, they weren't actually. They were their own sub. Of course, I also found it funny that they were like, I'm a long-time sub here, and they'd only been subbed for like 5 months. People have weird definitions of long time, I guess. Any particular thoughts on the new League One? My only thoughts on the new League One is that Riot is a wholly Chinese company. And I would think twice about supporting them. Those are my thoughts on the new Riot card game. If you're someone that took pause with what Blizzard did, you should take pause with using Riot products. If you're someone that's going to be informed. I remember they posted the same thing in chat, and I looked up who timed out it was you. Yep, definitely me. Turns out my deck with 4 cats and 4 ovens is pretty good against mono red. Banning just means they can't post in chat. Yeah, people boycotting Blizzard and going to Riot are people who don't actually understand how this works in the world. I did not get a chance to touch MTGO with Luchers. I'm gonna make a note on that. I'm gonna make a note to try that. We didn't do Moto this morning. We started right with Arena. So on Monday I'm doing more Moto. It does ones to the face. We got you. Blizzard stock increased after the boycott and the outrage. Yeah, that's because cancel culture doesn't work. People who think cancel culture actually has a meaningful impact are the same types of people who think that Trump hasn't done anything impeachable. They're sorely misinformed. It would be nice if cancel culture worked and people and companies were punished for doing terrible things, but in general, people and companies are not punished for doing terrible things. They exiled my cat, chat! Those monsters! They exiled my cat! The concept of cancel culture, for people who have not heard that term before, that refers to when people like myself who have morals stop using things like Blizzard products because Blizzard made a decision to support the Chinese government over the human beings that are being oppressed in Hong Kong. Knowing what yes, if I knew I was playing around this card, I would have played Oven on one. For sure, not close. Well, yep, when you vote with your dollars, those who have more dollars have more votes.
Anyone need a fire started? No, don't worry. I brought company.
Yeah, boycotting. So it's the 2019 word for boycotting. Ooh. One oven cat, please. Do I want to play another priest out here? I think I just pass. So, just for reference, Big Kitty, one atrocity does not excuse another, even if the other atrocity is to a lesser degree. So, like saying one bad thing that's happening isn't bad because there's a worse thing happening somewhere else is lazy. All right, I'm gonna put my priest in the oven here so they don't draw a card. Because if their ability gets countered, they don't get the card, which is great. So they're at 8. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so they're dead. All right, so they're dead is like my favorite thing with this deck. Thanks, Drunk Owl. I'll make sure to check Monday to see if it worked out. I originally having an EULA issue that disappeared. Occasionally putting it in a virtual desktop makes any EULA issues go away. I would occasionally have that issue with the what's it called? The other build that I was using. All right, so Drill Bit seems great. Claim the Firstborn seems not good here. Murderous Rider's probably fine. Leave a Bonecrusher Giant. Did Riot do anything other than being owned by a Chinese company? Well, Riot has a long history of workplace harassment issues, if you Google it. Riot also put out a statement shortly after Blizzard banned Blitzchung telling their esports players to basically shut up and dribble. Basically, Riot basically came out and said, don't have opinions. This is probably not good enough. Yeah, a lot of large corporations are greedy and going to maximize their profits. It's just there's varying degrees to what they're doing to accomplish that. By the way, I had someone just message me asking for a Mythgard treat code. If you didn't get a message back, you need to check your settings, because some people have their settings so they can't get DMs from people they're not friends with. So like some people have messaged me asking for codes, and I've tried to send them codes, but I can't because of their settings. Maybe I'm just supposed to take a land there instead of this. Actually, and for people that like to be informed about the things they're supporting, the Mythgard game I've been playing is a small indie startup that's based out of San Francisco, so they're a US company. I don't believe they have any large Chinese investments. You redeem the code in the store feature inside of Mythgard. Hey, thanks, Shark Boss. All right, bake it. Yeah, I agree, Imbot. That was very, very classy on their part. Sniper, thank you for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Small indie company, just like Watsi. The Spark Doubles were okay. They're probably too cute on the whole. Can we gamble with our shillings? That is not currently a feature they offer. Ooh, that's so... Is it Mythgard also the one that supported? No, that was a different one. That was the what's it called? The fake money game. The code gave me 10 common wild cards, 5 uncommon, 2 rare, and 1 mythic, as well as 2 paths, 2 powers, and 10 packs. Yeah, it's like $10 worth of stuff. It's a good code. Code's real good. Oh, look at that. Took their only spell. And that is why we decided to drill bit instead of Rankle this turn. What's the code? The codes are all unique and individual, so if you're playing Mythgard and you'd like a code, drop me a DM. I've got a bunch of them. Hey, Crockett, thanks for the sub gifty. Oh, I should have played. I clicked through it, chat. That's fine. We have this. Probably should have done this. Yeah, I don't know. Is there any reason to play through the story / tutorial? I did not play through the story / tutorial. But I think you get some rewards for playing through it. I believe. Hey, look, it's a pretty kitty. All right, let's just rankle them to start. I don't think I want to. I think I'm just saying nothing here because their hand seems kind of bad. And then next turn, if they play this giant, we can play the cat. And Cavalier, are we dead? We might be dead here, huh? They get to play this and then activate 3 times. They can put us to 1 here. They can put us to 1. So I'm really glad we didn't draw a card. Vomit. And this is why, so we were talking about the Jeskai Fires deck we just played. The opponent, in my opinion, is playing the better version of Jeskai Fires. And this is why. The Cavalier into Clarion is just so incredibly powerful. It's very, very good. Just gonna have an 18-point health swing here. Yeah, eating those foods mattered. Otherwise, we would have died there. You like how the noise in the background is stuck on? What a release-ready product. What a release-ready product. Hey, Dude Light, thanks for the tip. Your code gave me $10 worth of Mythgard stuff, so have $10 worth of real money. Put this towards Naya Fires. Will do. Thanks for the support. I think I'm happy with how we sideboard. I'm just going to go ahead and run it back. Win the 3rd game on the play, exactly. Oh, look, the sound effect finally stopped. I think they patched it so the sound effects just all cancel out when you start a new match after sideboarding. Well, keep. Yeah, Burgle, we're actually just 2 color splash once upon a time. I figured you would appreciate this. And believe it or not, Burgle, I think it actually made this deck significantly better. The added, like, just hands like this, right? Just like the fact that, like, I get to guaranteed hit my 3rd land. You know what I believe. Yep. I'm here validating your beliefs. Nothing says peak good design like let's splash a 3rd color to add consistency to our deck, huh? Don't crush my bones. Don't crush my bones. I guess you technically didn't crush my bones, eh? Wow! Rude. Do you think my opponent's been hurt by cats before, chat? Do you think they've been hurt by cats before? I play that card and yes. Sick. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Oven is good, Burgle. We played a variety of Oven decks. They've pretty much all been great.
Hey, these little guys are great.
Is this modern? Our poor kitty, chat. Our poor kitty. Meow. The cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue, the man in the moon. Do 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 do. Wow! Multiple cages. That's some intense cat hate, chat. I don't know that I'm prepared for this level of animosity. So generally speaking, if you're not going to use the mana from the Fabled Passage, you should hold on to it. Because, oh, you know, I shouldn't have played this. This is the sweeper turn, right? Well, they don't have double white. They could have fires in a sweeper. Yeah, because we could draw a devil. So they're dead to a red source, right? So if we draw untapped red source, we kill them here. We can go Chandra, Chandra, Chandra.
Hey, these little guys are great.
Yeah, you could, I mean, you could technically still... I think it's this one, right? Or is it this one? I feel like they're pretty dead regardless. I think it's Cavalier. You could technically still activate. When an Angrass Rampage in the sideboard, be good against cards like Grafdigger's Cage and the Mirror. I don't know. I don't feel like that card's really necessary. I'm not sure it really solves any problems that we have. I also don't know that I really have anything I want to cut. You've bounced my oven.
Go get him, buddy.
Should I spend this €5 on Jeff or beer? Jeff or beer? Screw it, I'll buy both. Happy Friday, the Winding Road.
Hey, these little guys are great.
There's Grafdigger's Cages in play. We can't bring the cat back. Maybe we should test some Rampage at some point. Should probably test some Angrass Rampage at some point. I just can't believe there's so many people that are playing this archetype and they're not playing for Chandra and they're not playing for Priest and they're not playing the Knight that draws more cards. I don't get it. I feel like I'm playing a different game than these people if they're not playing these copies of these cards. Like all of these cards are so good. Yes, this hand's great. We're definitely the only one splashing for this card. This is going to become more common as people understand deck building in this format more. There are people in the Mythic Championship who aren't even playing 4 copies of once in their green decks, so people really don't understand how good this card is yet. In fact, the fact that there are decks with green mana in them at the MC that aren't playing 4 once, like, really says to me that people don't quite get it. The MC starts in about an hour and a half. Got a little bit more of this deck and then one more deck, and then I'm gonna sign off right about the time that it starts. I think I actually want Stormfist Crusader here. It might be a little greedy, but like, this card draws us into more lands, which seems great. Yeah, it was the most common card, but it was not played as 4-ofs everywhere. There are people that spewed. I think, in my experience, people tend to undervalue cards that add consistency to their decks, and that's what Once does. Adds a ton of consistency. I believe the 2 most played cards were Basic Forest, followed by Once Upon a Time. Thanks for the 13 months, Negative. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Huh? Should we just Mayhem Devil here? I kind of feel like I want a Mayhem Devil here. I could also, like, Priest tapped land. I think I want to just Mayhem Devil. Yeah, this card also adds a lot of consistency. I agree. Are we going to Murderous Rider this? The real ban will be olive green. I'd believe it.
Anyone need a fire started? No? Too bad. Go get 'em, buddies.
All right, let me crack my fetch land and kill your Falmire Knight here. Yeah, I don't think Corvold adds anything of value to this deck. It's just not an aggressive card. We played a 4-color Aristocrats deck yesterday that plays Corvold that I think he's very good in because that's more of a mid-range deck. But this more aggressively slanted list is not interested in Corvold. Ban Basic Forest. I think Green-Black Adventures is significantly better. I think if you're looking to play Green-Black, I would start with Canister's list from the Mythic Championship. Canister's MC list looks very good as far as the adventure decks are concerned. What do you think about banning Golos instead of Field? I think if they banned Golos and Grazer, that would probably be fine. I think Grazer also needs to go, though.
Chandra, you need more control. Say hi to my fiery friends.
I'm gonna play this out so there's a couple of must-answer threats in play. I would ban both. If Wizards of the Coast came up to me and said, Jeff, you've been right about a lot lately. We want you to make the ban decisions. I would ban nothing, or I would ban Grazer, Goose, Teferi, and then Golos or Field, one of the two. Probably Field, but I could go either or on the last one. The bonuses for shillings happen every 15 minutes.
Time to sleep for a week.
I would love to search my library for a land. Thank you for asking. I do not have any control over the frequency at which players acquire bits. Or people acquire shillings. So I can set the rates things cost, but I do not set the rate at which you acquire them. Yeah, I agree, Tag HG. I'm really wondering like what happened with regards to their league thing, their future league, that like all these things happened. All right, so my opponent's deck is kind of aggressive, which I think means I don't want Stormfist Crusader, especially when I'm on the draw. Usually we board this out in the aggro matches. I cannot, Bruzu. I think I want these Noxious Grasp. I'm not sure if I want Lava Coil. I feel like I don't. I think I just want 4 Grasp and that's it. The rest of this seems fine. Maybe Bonecrusher's not good enough. I'd rather have Lava Coil instead of that. I'd believe that. I mean, I've heard people saying that the limited is not very good on Arena because the draft bots are bad, which seems like a pretty big miss. I do not. So the shillings are not worth any actual dollars to me. So if you find them annoying, feel free to ignore them. The shillings are purely there as a way to incentivize people to engage with the content and be here more often. So let's MCB all Golos mirrors. It'll be 40% Golos mirrors if it's doing well. Hey, clack. It allows a way for plebs to chat on occasion. So my assumption for people that are looking at the shillings is that non-subs will use the shillings to chat on occasion, and that many subs will probably just save them up to bump decks in the queue eventually with them. There are large shilling rewards that allow you to bump decks in the queue. Good morning, Party Bus. I'm already hoarding my shillings. Excellent. On the field of 1/1s, the 1/2 is queen. It's a pretty enormous amount of shillings to bump decks. I think I've set the metrics right, but they could be subject to being adjusted. What if instead I made a food? Thanks. Ooh, pretty kitty. Going to an F&M today with Golgari Henge. Did struggle with what to sideboard yet. My cards are all over my desk. Yep. Prepare in advance. Maybe refresh your browser page. You should accrue shillings automatically every 5 minutes. View streaks accumulate if you tune in for multiple streams in a row. So you get incentivized to show up consistently every day. It's like the Twitch version of like login rewards, basically. The watch streaks do stack up to 5 streams in a row. If you click the how to earn shillings button, it'll give you all the details. They should automatically update. Well, these love-struck beasts are never attacking. Because their 1/1s are about to die in a little bit of mayhem. Use all my shillings to send this message. Is there any assistance programs for those in shilling poverty? It's a hard knock life. I imagine you're gonna get a ton of bumps all at once. Yeah, possibly. So one thing that Twitch did that's very smart is they allow me to limit how many of each reward can be redeemed per stream. So I have set it up so if a bunch of people all save up, I don't get completely overwhelmed. It'll limit how many people exactly can put it in all at once. So I'm going to let them attack with this if they want, because I get to block it and then sack this to kill this, and then I can attack with this next turn. You do not double accumulate for watching in more than one place. Twitch was smart. Actually, I don't want to bring this back yet because we could draw another Mayhem Devil. Once upon a time, there was a black source. I'm going to go ahead and Noxious Grasp now because I'd like to play around Veil of Summer. Yeah, you do accumulate shillings just passively for being here. You get more if you're clicking once every 15 minutes, I believe. But just passively, you do build them up. I didn't block because Cauldron Familiar can't block Questing Beast. Hey, thanks for the 3 months, Pepperidge Farm Forever. Drooping Fig, thanks for the 3rd of a year as well. Welcome back. Yeah, I'm all in with you. 10 out of 10 prefer Golos Esper from last season. We're in a pretty good spot here. Like, the Mayhem Devil plus Familiar plus Oven, like, dealt with all their smaller things. I have another Noxious Grasp here. This Rankle next turn is going to, like, bury them pretty deep in the ground. Oh, that's... I think I'd rather Rankle first. I haven't been watching much recently, and I didn't understand the Familiar plus Oven package in this deck. Now I understand. Yeah, the Familiar Oven is definitely something I underappreciated during spoiler season. The Devil is riding a unicycle. And they're dead. I love this deck. It's so sweet. Yeah, I agree, all Familiar. I feel like this Mythic Championship is kind of crappy for a variety of reasons, and one of the reasons why the deck selection is crappy is because they require deck lists to be submitted so far in advance, they didn't give people a long time to innovate. I also think that because they publish the deck list so far in advance, that discourages people from innovating, because they effectively gave anyone who submitted a brew, they gave everyone else like a week heads up to like be able to play test against their brew, which is not ideal. Yeah, this deck's great, Fox. I'll play as much as you want to send this one in. What am I bottoming here? Might just be greedy and bottom the land. I think I'm gonna do that. And for the record, when I say they put them at a punish for bottoming the land, when I say they put them at a disadvantage by sharing the deck list, I think deck lists should be public at the Mythic Championship and high-level tournaments. I just don't think they should be made public 4 days before the tournament. They need to be public the morning of, not sooner. They shouldn't give people 4 days to prepare. All right, let's draw a red source here, or any untapped land. Perfect. Was this a good turn 3, chat? What do we think? Ooh, buddy old pal. Oh, buddy old pal. This deck is hot. This is definitely a deck I'm going to consider working on for the Mythic Championship qualifier. This deck's pretty hot. Getting to play 4 Noxious Grasps is very good in this format. People don't respect Priest enough. Cat Oven is suddenly very powerful. Fox, I missed it. Thank you. I appreciate the sub gift to Roonies. Woo. I think I'm going to replace the Aristocrats build on my website with this build after today, with the Once Upon a Times. No, we're in a constructed event. I'm trying not to gamble my ladder rank for the rest of this season. I am currently top 100 and there's less than 2 weeks left in the season, so hopefully I just don't have to play. We can coast into top 1200 for the month. All the moments are poppy moments with this deck. That's a great way to put it. Gold farming is nice. I think I'm at like 50k gold already for the season. Alright, so that kills Chandra, but then they're literally dead on board. So their Rankle does 4, sack Rankle for a food, play Cauldron Familiar.
I'm burnt out.
Alright, Bonecrusher Giant doesn't seem very good. Noxious Grasp seems great. I don't know. They have Paradise Druid, so I feel like I'm supposed to keep Stormfist Crusader in my deck. I don't know how good Claim is against what they're doing. If they're ramping up a little bit, Claim's probably not stellar. Just swap out 2 Bonecrushers and 2 Claims for 4 Noxious Grasps. Seems fine. Hey, Silafarian, thank you for the 2 years of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. How have you accumulated that much gold? You got to play the constructed events. If you go 3-2 or better, you gain gold in the constructed events. Is Lotus Field too cute in a deck? Lotus Field doesn't do anything in a deck like this. Doesn't accomplish anything. Was playing Yarok Field post-rotation. Got toasted several times by Cat Oven and went and used the rest of my wildcards to build something similar. Thanks for having lists on your website. Thanks for the support, Meatballs. I'm glad you're enjoying all the content. Oh, you sacrifice your lands. That's cute. That is cute. Technically does work with Mayhem Devil. If you're someone that gets to Platinum, Diamond, or Mythic consistently every season, you are very likely going to do well in these constructed events. In my experience, winning in these constructed events tends to be a bit easier than doing well high up on the ladder. Oh, they're just the Adventures deck again. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Am I just catting here? I think I'm just catting here. Maybe I'm supposed to take the Devil and just like play a tapped land this turn. I might be right to play the Devil, take the Devil and play a tapped land. Paradise Druid's an interesting one in their build. I wonder if they're playing a deck that's like a little bit bigger.
Anyone need a match?
Huh?
Too bad.
Do I plus Chandra here in case they have a... I think I'm going to go to 5 in case they Questing Beast me.
Focus.
I missed a couple points of damage, but I think I'd prefer if she didn't die to a Questing Beast hit. Getting her to 5 lets her flash back more spells later too, so it's not strictly the worst. One of the things that's really sweet in this deck is Chandra flashes back once upon a time. So once upon a time lets Chandra generate actual card advantage, which is awesome. Gilded, thanks for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hooglandia. Whoa, you disconnected and it lets you back in. That's wild. We do have channel points now. He just got added. They keep pausing. I think they have a Veil of Summer here. Feels like Veil of Summer.
Say hi to my fiery friends.
Hey, MWLX, thanks for the 15 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yep, and non-subs can chat for a few shillings, which is great. So if you're a non-sub who's wanted to chat before, make sure you're logged in. You'll accumulate those points. You'll be able to send a message on occasion. It's approximately 1 an hour, the cost and the rate you accumulate. Yeah, Devil would be a great draw. For sure. It's unfortunate that feels like they have a Veil of Summer. Yeah, you can literally just play Mythgard in your web browser. Arena barely runs on my computer, and Mythgard can be played in my web browser. It's a wild time. You do still keep passively getting bonuses. The treasure chest is on top of those.
Keep it up and you'll pay.
Mayhem Devil, please. Mayhem Devil, please. Well, if we'd have drawn a Mayhem Devil there, we might have pulled this out. We'd have if we drew a Mayhem Devil, we would have killed 1, 2, 3 at least. I think we're dead now, though. Take one more draw here before we play the next game on the play. When it rains, it pours. Resource variance is a heck of a mechanic. I think I'm actually happy with how we sideboarded. I'm not going to change on the play. I don't have to pay money to ask for a timeout. Ain't that the truth? Do I want Bonecrusher in this matchup? Bonecrusher kills their Innkeeper. And it also blocks Questing Beast. I don't know if that's good enough, though. I'm just going to keep this on the play. Stay relatively proactive. It looked like the notifications are going. Thanks for the 20 months must fall casting. The Obnix's Cruelties are a card that lets you kill, what's his name? They let you kill Wicked Wolf. That dude Rant, thanks for the 16 months of support. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, you're welcome, Oxyangerine. Thanks for checking out the new game. Yeah, Redcap Melee kills Questing Beast, but it makes me sack a land, so I'm not quite sure that that's worthwhile. Maybe it is just because it doesn't get Veil of Summered. I can see that. Does Mythgard have a large player base? They're definitely one of the smaller card games because they're an actual indie company. But I've never waited long for a match. The longest I've ever waited for a match is like 90 seconds, and usually I find a game in less than 30. They're on Steam, so you can see their player stats on Steam. They also, that doesn't count mobile though, I don't believe. And if you're interested in trying Mythgard, they have feature decks in the game, so you get 2 randomly assigned competitive decks that you can play in ranked or off ranked or anywhere without owning any of the cards in them. And which decks you get assigned to you change twice per week. Cat Oven is real good. If they don't murder my Chandra here, they're gonna be in a lot of trouble if they can't kill either of these. Hopefully they just like play a Lovestruck Beast, then we kill them. Tilt. Oh, they didn't kill Chandra. Okay, that's pretty good for us here. Huh. Alright, well.
Don't worry. I brought comfort.
I would like to rankle you. Jay Fish, thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Let's both draw and both sacrifice here. This card with Chandra is also good. Yeah, there's one person playing black-red similar to this at the MC, but they're not playing Chandra. They're not playing 4 Chandras, and they're not playing 4 priests. I just don't get it. Just don't understand. So if they have a Questing Beast here, they can kill Chandra, but then they're still in a pretty medium spot. If you haven't seen this deck before, then shame on you. It means you haven't checked out my website. There are a ton of great, sweet standard decks up there. If you're someone who's new to the channel and you haven't hit that follow button yet, we are just 11 followers away from 65,000. So, if you think you're gonna stick around, make sure you tap that for notifications. You think this is your final list? I mean, lists are like never final. Like you're never done. It's always a moving target. But I like this configuration a lot. I don't think I have any changes I'd make after playing today. Did I miss lethal? If I'd have made us both sack, they'd have gone to 1, so I did not miss lethal. I can now spend my shillings to ask for a timeout. You definitely can, Lance. We aim to please. Do they fix the double sack bug yet? Not with Priest, I don't think. The Sad Stork, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Hope you're having a great day wherever you are. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call this one at 4-1. So I got one more deck I want to get to today before we're done, and I don't want to run too long into the Mythic Championship because that's starting in a little about an hour. We rolled past 65,000 followers. Thank you to the new followers. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Y'all are great. 65,008. Hashtag meaningless metrics. If you are new to Hoaglandia followers, make sure you check out my website and my YouTube channel as well. I'm going to be done streaming here in about an hour. But there's tons of great content up there. As far as this deck list is concerned, the more I play this, the more I'm pretty convinced that this is correct to splash. Because red-black doesn't have a red-black temple anyways, even the 2-color variation plays for Fabled Passage. So basically all it costs for us to play this card is like 5 Shocklands over basics and then 1 Forest. The build of Jeskai Fires we played today was kind of medium. Definitely worse than the other iterations we played previously. Yeah, I'm doing a short day because our viewer count will be low if I try and stream against the Mythic Championship. So, I think I'm pretty happy with this list. I'm going to go ahead and replace the Aristocrats list on my website with this 75. I don't think I'd make any changes after playing today. So, we're going to be good there. What do we got? We do, our last deck is not a 3-color Aristocrats deck, but it's kind of going in the opposite direction. So we had someone ask to see a mono black Arya deck. So this is a mono black Aristocrats variation. The Civil Engineering. Are you planning on playing any arena tournaments soon? I enjoyed watching you play Henge, and even with the loss in round 1. I am planning to play the Mythic Championship qualifier next weekend on Arena. So a week from tomorrow is the next Mythic Championship qualifier weekend, and I'll be streaming my matches on a delay for that. Hey, Mace Blade, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Hope you're having an excellent Friday wherever you're at. Welcome to the weekend. Oh, I'm going to run a quick ad before we do. Sorry, just a lot of new stuff today. Need to get my normal show. Quick ad break while I get set up.